to the 2018 About Face Awards, presented by TECO. Please welcome to the stage your host, the Senior Director of Communications at Polk County Public Schools, Rachel Pleasant.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 24th Annual About Face Awards. To me, this is the most important event we do all year. Today, we will recognize students who are headed down a precarious path. Their grades were in trouble, their behavior needed help, their belief in themselves and the odds of them making positive changes in their lives were dwindling. Despite everything that was stacked against them, these students refused to give up. They took that long look in the mirror and they were brave enough to say, I can do better. They put in the hard work. They seized the opportunities Polk County Public Schools offers for tutoring, mentoring, and involvement in extracurricular activities. And because they did, they made a U-turn on that precarious path they were traveling. Or put another way, they made an about face in their lives. On behalf of the Department of Public Relations and Strategic Partnerships and the Polk County Public Schools as a whole, thank you for being here to celebrate these amazing students and their outstanding accomplishments. At this time, please welcome School Board Chair Lynn Wilson to the stage.
Good morning, and thank you for being here this morning. Would you stand, please, at this time, and we'll start our morning with an invocation. God in heaven, again we come to you with thankfulness in our hearts for the many wonderful blessings that you bestowed upon us. We are so very, very thankful for the young people who are here this morning. We are thankful for the strength and the courage and the wisdom that they were able to draw upon in accomplishing this very significant achievement in their lives. We're so very thankful for the people in their lives, for the teachers, for the mentors, for the parents, for the family and friends who were there with them along the way, and again help them to accomplish these very significant achievements in their young lives. We ask that you will be with them, walk with them, guide with them as they move forward with their lives. We are thankful for the presenters we have here this evening, and we ask that you be with them as they present. We're thankful for this food that you provided for us. We ask your blessings on this food, and I offer these prayers in Jesus' name. Amen. At this time, we'll ask the color guard from George Jenkins Jr. ROTC to come forward, and we'll have our national anthem. And we'll ask Bailey Zimmerman from Harrison School of the Arts to come forward, and she will sing our national anthem. And then please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
Yes, please join me now in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just want to say thank you to the Harrison Junior ROTC and the Bailey. What a wonderful job. Let's have a round of applause for them, please. And I think Ms. Pleasant's going to join us on the stage.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. This year marks the 24th annual About Face Awards ceremony. We are thrilled to be able to celebrate our students' amazing accomplishments with you today. Before we begin, I want to give just a special thanks to the Lake Region Culinary Academy, led by teachers Brian Marty and Sap Perez, who are providing our delicious meal this morning. Right? Those hardworking students began slicing and dicing 3 days ago, and they have been up since 2 a.m. preparing your wonderful food this morning. So thank you again. This program would not be possible without support from our community business partners. For years, TECO has faithfully sponsored the celebration, and we are very grateful for their contributions. Now representing TECO, please welcome Regional Manager Nick Plott.
Good morning, and thank you, Rachel. On behalf of TECO, I'm pleased to be here celebrating with you this morning as we honor a special group of students who have made an about face. The students we recognize were faced with daunting challenges on the road to success. But with steadfast determination, they overcame those obstacles, refusing to give up on themselves and their futures. Would all of our about face honorees please stand? Thank y'all so much, and it's a real honor to have y'all here today. Y'all did a great job. This morning, it is my privilege to recognize not only the students of Polk County, but their leadership as well. I would like to begin by recognizing the Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Jacqueline Bird. It is also my pleasure to welcome the school board members with us today. Please stand as I call your name. Lynn Wilson, Board Chair. Billy Townsend. Lori Cunningham. Hazel Sellers. We'll clap anyways. Sarah Beth Reynolds. Kay Fields. And Tim Harris. Thank you for all your efforts on behalf of Polk County students. Now we have the privilege of enjoying a brief performance from Harrison School of Arts World Choir. Oh, sorry.
Here to introduce the song by the Harrison World Choir is their musical director, Suzi Lambert.
Good morning. We are so excited to be with you this morning and be part of your celebration. Thank you for the invitation. The song we're going to sing for you is very special to us, and I think it's very special to Polk County Schools because I don't know, I've done a lot of musicals, and I don't know one musical that was written by a high school principal, and that is our Dr. Darrell Ward at Harrison. He wrote this song, the words to this song, and the music was written by one of our Lakeland High School English teachers, Tyler Campbell. It is called When You Dream, and it focuses on living a life of philanthropy and success through giving to others. Enjoy.
disguises our choices. We spend our lives trying to figure things out, second-guessing our decisions, embracing our doubts. But the secret's right here, closer than it seems. Be sure when you dream big dreams. Dream big dreams. Make them bold, make them grand, make them larger than life. Dream big dreams. Take them wider, take them higher, take them clear out of sight. When the world ties you down with all the small things, don't forget when you dream, dream big dreams. There are plenty of people whose dreams are too small. They fear that they'll stumble, they're afraid they might fall. They've no room for others, they won't lend a hand. There's little regard for their fellow man. There's only one answer to those selfish schemes. Be sure when you dream, dream big dreams. Dream big dreams. Spread your wings, think big things, leave no golden pursuit. Dream big dreams. Make your mark, light the dark, don't let failure intrude. When your spirit seems stuck betwixt and between, don't forget when you dream, dream big dreams. Even though the deck is stacked, it's never as bleak as it may seem.
Think big thoughts and dream big dreams.
Think big thoughts and dream big dreams. Dream big dreams. Make them large, stay in charge. Dream big dreams. No small thoughts, no shoulds or oughts. When hope is the farthest thing, that is when you dream big. So dream big dreams.
Let's give another round of applause to these amazing students. Thank you, Harrison, for that wonderful performance. Our guest speaker this morning is Dr. Angela Garcia Falconetti, president of Polk State College. Dr. Falconetti earned her bachelor's degree with specializations in communications and education from New York University, and her master's degree and doctorate in educational leadership from the University of North Florida. She began her career as an academic advisor and went on to hold various roles in higher education administration before being named Polk State College's 5th president in July 2017. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Falconetti.
Well, I am so honored to be here. I couldn't think of a better event for me to talk to the students and talk to you, those who are receiving awards today specifically, and those who have just surrounded each and every one of the awardees for today's award ceremony than this event. I want to begin by thanking those who invited me to be here today. First of all, I want to thank Marissa Green. Where's Marissa? She's here somewhere. Thank you so much, Marissa, for having me here. And I want to publicly endorse, I want you to know, students, how phenomenal I think that your superintendent is. So I want to say that publicly here to each and every one of you, that we are very fortunate to have Jacqueline Bird in the role that she's in. And also, I have a special affinity for your chairman of the school board, because Lynn Wilson works at Polk State College, and I've come to know of his quality. So I'm very fond of the public schools, and I'm very fond of the work and the leadership that is in place. So I want to begin by specifically, let me see if this is, can you hear me on this? There we go. All right. I can't think of a better way to follow than dream big dreams. I mean, what a great message to each and every one of you who have worked so hard to change your lives, students. I am so proud of each and every one of you. I was asked today to talk a little bit about not necessarily Polk State College, because I'm very fortunate to serve as the president of Polk State. I mean, that's talk about a big dream. That's been a dream of mine since I was younger. But I want to talk to you a little bit about my personal story, and then at the end share just a little bit about the college with you, because I hope your dreams just don't stop here. I hope your dreams continue to be big. My parents are Cuban immigrants, and they came to this country with nothing. And my father came through Miami as a child, and my mother and her mother, my grandmother and her sister, came through New York, Ellis Island, and they moved from Cuba to Spain. The economy in Spain was so poor that they then decided, well, we need to go to the United States and dream big dreams, right? Live the American dream. And my parents ended up meeting in Jacksonville, Florida. My grandparents ended up meeting my father in Miami later, and my grandfather came in from Cuba. My family was able to make enough money. My grandmother worked as a seamstress in the Bronx, trying to make money to bring my grandfather to this country. The reason I share that with you is because I'm a byproduct of a family that really started with nothing and really started from scratch, and that has driven me to pursue my dreams. I grew up in a family that was very loving. I had the fortune of having a lot of love surrounding me in the household, a lot of dedication, but a commitment to leaving my great-grandparents behind, my great-uncles behind in Cuba, and never seeing them again. A grandmother that when I was little used to hold me and used to say, "You don't know what you really have in this country." And for that, I am forever grateful to my family, because I learned and I saw what it took to start from nothing, and how much the love that they had for us really transformed into my heart, transformed our whole family. So I viewed as a child, I didn't speak English until I was in kindergarten. I grew up in a very close-knit Hispanic group, not only Cubans, but a lot of Hispanic group, a large Hispanic group that we stuck together in Jacksonville, Florida. And I learned at a very young age, again, how hard it was to overcome. I didn't move here to this country. I was born here. I didn't move here to this country like a lot of people who come here and struggle with the language barriers. So I had the fortune of being born and raised here. But I learned what it was to be completely immersed. And so I was in ESOL classes all the way from first grade, really kindergarten. There weren't really ESOL classes in kindergarten, but I was pulled out to work on my language and had tutoring in kindergarten even, and then all the way through 8th grade. And all throughout that time, I always knew that I struggled. I want to tell you this quickly because I think it's really profound. For those of you who are mentors or guidance counselors or teachers, I still have a very, very close relationship with the lady who was my ESOL teacher from first grade to the 8th grade. In fact, I joke with her, we're very close, and I joke with her because she's from Georgia and she has a Southern accent, and I typically say, it's amazing I don't have an accent from Georgia. I mean, I probably should have one after all the years that I spent with her. The point I want to make about her is that she never left me. And I've continued that relationship with her because I had someone at a very young age outside of my family who helped me achieve the goals that I needed to achieve at a young age. And sometimes when you're young, you're in elementary school, you don't really know what that means. You don't really know what the goals are, right? I mean, I knew I needed to strengthen my ability to speak English. I knew I needed to be able to write in English and speak fluently. And my mother had such a thick accent, she used to say, I don't know how you've learned how to speak English so well. And I've said, well, I was raised here, Mom. You know, I mean, that's the difference. So I worked very hard, as I mentioned, throughout elementary school, middle school, high school, and then college. And what has always pushed me to pursue the dream that I had, which was to become a state college, really a community college president, was the fact that education was a game changer for me and was my family, and for my family. That if I wanted to make something of myself, if I wanted to influence the lives of others, that I knew that education was the door of opportunity that I needed to open for myself. And so I worked hard. And here's the key. We talk about dreaming big dreams, but I never gave up. There were moments when I, like all of us, we're all human, where you just feel like, oh, I can't do it. I had a professor when I was writing my doctoral dissertation who told me to take my dissertation back and write it in English. And I said, as opposed to in Spanish? And we laughed. You know, we laughed because I needed her help. So the message I really want to deliver, as you can hear, about some of what I went through in pursuing my dreams and pursuing my professional dreams, is that continue. Don't stop here. Continue to surround yourself with people who you can learn from and you know are dedicated to your success. Don't let people tell you you can't do something. I've had a lot of people in my life tell me, oh, she won't be able to do that. Well, guess what? Look at what I've accomplished. And I have not accomplished this myself. I mean, you look at your superintendent, she'd probably be the first one to tell you that she did not accomplish her goals alone, that she was able to surround herself with people who helped her throughout the way. And look at the influence that she has on this county now. And I feel the same way. I am forever grateful to my dissertation chair. I still have a very good relationship with her. I'm forever grateful to the people along the way who've opened doors of opportunities. So then I decided, after I completed my bachelor's degree, I was going to pursue a master's and a doctorate. And I was working at the University of North Florida. And I left my work as assistant vice president for student affairs at the university level because I decided that I wanted to pursue this dream of opening doors of opportunities for individuals like yourselves, for people who really appreciated the power of education. So if you look at community colleges, we're really established on providing opportunities, providing an open door for everyone to receive an education like my parents received when they came here. So I joke with our students now and I say, you know, the title of president sounds kind of sexy, right? It's kind of fun, but it really is not about the title, because along with the title comes a big responsibility and a lot of work, 24/7. Again, I'm highlighting your superintendent. She works 24/7. I do too. What it really is about, it's about the opportunities that I hope, within the influence that I may be able to have, that I can give back to ensure that students have the opportunity to pursue their dreams and have an opportunity to an accessible and affordable higher education. And that's what drives me every day. That is what has driven me throughout my career. It's what drives me every day. I left my job at the University of North Florida, because I received an opportunity to pursue a fully endowed, which means, of course, fully paid for, postdoctoral fellowship at the University of Texas at Austin. And after I did that, this is where I said, I kind of lost my mind. I really didn't, by the way. But I went to Washington, D.C. and pursued another one. I pursued a second postdoctoral fellowship with the U.S. Department of Education and worked as the Deputy Assistant Secretary, worked for the first Deputy Assistant Secretary for Community Colleges as her special assistant, and traveled across the country and was able to see national community college models and how the federal government, the work of the federal government and the grants really impacted local state colleges and states, and have a very good understanding of that now. But all of this was in pursuit of that dream, always surrounding myself with people. And, you know, student government president, when I worked at Daytona State College, I worked there for 5 years, said once, I'll never forget it. She said, she quoted her father, and she said, my dad used to say, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. listen twice as much as you speak. It's so powerful. So I had a student that came up to me when I was at the University of Texas at Austin. I decided to take, just for fun, right, just for fun, 30 credit hours in community college leadership while I was doing my research at a national level. And the student came to me, and she was a doctoral student, and she said, "You're kind of quiet." And I said, "No, I'm just practicing my listening skills." Because I found at a very young age that I used to talk a lot, right? But it's so important to listen and to listen to what people are telling you. But I encourage those of you the awardees tonight this morning, who have established these relationships with your mentors, or established the relationships with teachers or educators, to keep those relationships, because these are the people who are changing your lives. And then I encourage you to pay it forward. I want to share one other story with you quickly before we wrap up. This was a transformational point in my life. My mother is an educator. She was a CPA, but she was an educator. And my mother was remarried after being married for 25 years. This is the first time I've shared this publicly. And my mother and stepfather were in a tragic car accident on their honeymoon, and he became paralyzed instantly. Quadriplegic, came home, and we dealt with that for years and years and years and years. You imagine, as a young person, and I was grateful to have gone through this experience, not great. Always have to try to find that the glass is half full, right? After living in the household with someone who was so capable, to then going to a point where now you have the entire society really looking at you differently, and the needs of our family change so quickly. I just feel it's important to underscore that the way that I have dealt with tough times is that I reflect on that time period in my life, and so I encourage you to use your experience to help you move forward. When times are tough, sometimes I just have to reflect on, I have my health. I can walk. I can move. He couldn't move. He couldn't walk. These are the moments in which, when we struggle, that I hope that you have the opportunity again to surround yourself with people who care for you and that can inspire you to move forward. And that's the message I want to leave you with. Don't give up. Never give up. Keep your sights on your dreams, and I guarantee, don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. You can accomplish whatever you set your mind to accomplish. And by the way, I hope that is coming to Polk State College, because we offer a vast array of wonderful programs. If it is with us, know that we will embrace you with open arms, and that if there is ever anything that I can do for any one of you in this room, please contact the college and the president's office, and I look forward to being here with you. But keep up the great work. I'm so proud of the adversity that you have confronted and made through, and I'm just so proud to be here to honor each and every one of you this evening. So again, don't give up. Dream big dreams.
Thank you, Dr. Falconetti, for those inspiring words. We really appreciate you being here today. One more round of applause. Will the students with the blue instruction cards please make their way to the left side of the stage, please? Thank you. The About Face Awards program recognizes students who have made positive changes in their lives with the guidance of a mentor. These changes did not come easily. They required more dedication, perseverance, sacrifice, and humility than even many adults possess. With the help of their mentors, the young men and women we will recognize in a few moments faced their circumstances and struggles, did the hard work that was necessary to overcome those circumstances and struggles. They made positive changes to begin living the lives they envisioned for themselves. Students, the most exciting part is that you are just getting started. The hard work you've put in to make it to this moment will lead you to even greater accomplishments in the future stages of your education, your career, and your personal lives. It is important to note that although the students we will recognize this morning have been selected to receive this honor, they represent many more students who are making the same types of positive improvements at their schools. Students, thank you for proudly representing your schools, your school district, and most importantly, your families. Principals, guidance counselors, family members, and mentors, we are grateful to you for the time and effort you have invested in these students to help them achieve their true potential. Please stand as your student is introduced. At this time, Superintendent Byrd and Mr. Plott, please join me on stage as we recognize our students.
Tyler Justice, Auburndale High. Tyler had a difficult senior year ahead of him, with the chances of graduating and continuing to play baseball almost impossible. Through the support of his teacher, Miss Fetter, Tyler began to recover his credits and maintained his current classes. This sparked a flame to keep going and improve himself. He has learned the lesson that hard work gets you where you want to go in life. He is looking forward to his graduation from Auburndale High. Christopher McCulley, Bartow High School. Chris had struggled since freshman year academically and behaviorally, with very little motivation to achieve in school. With the help of those close to him, Chris has had a dramatic turnaround this year. He has improved grades and is doing extra credit work to help boost his GPA. His hard work is paying off, and he is now on track to graduate in May from Bartow High. Gaddafi Barber, Bartow Middle. Gaddafi has always had potential in his studies, but his motivation needed improvement to reach his potential. His science teacher, Mr. Montalvo, discovered a love of science in Gaddafi and made the connection with him. Since being moved into an advanced science class, Gaddafi has improved his grades, motivation, behavior, and desire to learn. He is now heading in the right direction for even greater learning at Bartow Middle. Sanaya Maxwell, Berkeley Accelerated Middle. Sanaya had difficulty transitioning to the 6th grade and couldn't keep up with her rigorous classwork. Through encouragement from her teacher, Ms. McCown, Sanaya has become a self-directed leader as an 8th grader. Her grades and work ethic have improved, and she is now receiving awards and teacher praise, and is a wonderful success story at Berkeley Accelerated Middle. Dontavia Dixon, Blake Academy. Dontavia started her 8th grade year with many behavioral problems, ranging from causing disruptions to making poor choices in her studies. She would often take offense to advice and felt that she wasn't smart. With inspiration and encouragement from her mother, Dontavia no longer feels this way and is turning around her outlook. She completes and turns in her work, helps teachers and students whenever she can, and is no longer a follower, but a leader at Blake Academy. Danielle Peterson, Citrus Ridge, a Civics Academy. Danielle struggled with discipline, and she would be suspended quite often, missing out on learning. Through close monitoring and the tutelage of her math teacher, Ms. Hardle, Danielle has improved in her behavior and grades. When asked for recommendations for this award, many agreed that Danielle was the most deserving at Citrus Ridge, a Civics Academy. Lamar Sanders, Compass Middle Charter. Lamar always had it in his heart to be a model student, but he was derailed by his peers and acted up to gain attention and was not concerned about his grades. Thanks to help from his teachers, Ms. Lee and Ms. Bailey, Lamar has become one of the most kind and gracious students at school, greeting his teachers and staff with smiles, high fives, and hugs. Lamar has also increased his grades and is now a consistent positive force with his peers at Compass Middle Charter. John Willis, Crystal Lake Middle. John had just transferred to Crystal Lake Middle from another school and had difficulty adjusting. He would frequently receive discipline referrals for disrespect to his teachers and peers. With the help of his mother, John made a complete turnaround, showing more maturity this year. With improved grades and a clean discipline record, John has a newfound willingness to learn and makes good choices at Crystal Lake Middle. Vontrell Dozier, Daniel Jenkins Academy. As a sixth grader, Vontrell had difficulty adjusting to middle school and would frequently be disruptive and insubordinate. Over the next few years, with help from his brother Darian, Vontrell has matured into a student that exhibits self-control and self-motivation in the classroom. He strives to improve his reading and writing and is often seen in the hallways encouraging his friends to make better choices. He has become a positive role model at Daniel Jenkins Academy. Courtney Johnson, Davenport Community Campus. At the beginning of the school year, Courtney was having difficulty with attendance, attitude, and self-confidence. Often she would engage in arguments with her peers and found herself earning low grades. With the help of her teacher, Ms. Skipper, Courtney has improved her attendance, attitude, and academics. She's even become a model student, giving tours to new students and serving as ambassador to Davenport Community Campus. Isabella Ayala, Davenport School of the Arts. Isabella started the year off in trouble with teachers and students. Her grades were not passing, and she was constantly getting marks on her discipline card. Thanks to help from her assistant principal, Ms. Broughton, and guidance counselor, Ms. Brown, Isabella has made a complete turnaround. She sets daily goals, her discipline card is now clean, and her first semester grades put her into the A and B honor roll at Davenport School of the Arts. Bodie Luker, Denison Middle. Bodie transferred with failing grades, and he would frequently be defiant and skip class. With help from his teacher, Mr. Andrews, Bodie has made a change in his behavior. He attends class, works hard, stays on task, and his grades have risen to mostly A's and B's now. Teachers say he is an amazing student, and he is an inspiration to others around him to also be successful at Denison Middle. Autumn Flack, Donald E. Woods Opportunity Center. At her previous school, Autumn caught up with the wrong crowd of students, and she had many discipline and academic problems. Since her transition to Don Woods, and with the aid of her English teacher, Mr. Jones, she has made a turnaround. Academics are now her #1 priority. Her grades are predominantly A's, and she uses her leadership qualities to encourage other students to be their best at Donald E. Woods Opportunity Center. Jacob Villegas, Dundee Ridge Middle Academy. At the beginning of the school year, Jacob was not making good grades and appropriate behavior a priority. He would get into trouble and not get along with others. Now, with help from his guidance counselor, Ms. McDowell, Jacob has taken a high school credit course and is on track to pass the 8th grade. His behavior has improved, and he has become a very helpful student at Dundee Ridge Middle Academy. Stacia Williams, East Area Adult School. When Stacia first came to school, she had difficulty focusing on her work and maintaining good attendance. With the help of her mother and her teacher, Miss Bird, Stacia began to focus on getting her GED, and she made drastic improvements at an amazing speed. She's now on track in her studies, and she wants to attend Travis Technical College to become a dental assistant. Her positive attitude and encouragement to others is contagious at East Area Adult. James Pulo, Fort Meade Middle Senior, middle school level. At the beginning of the school year, James was having problems with his behavior and keeping his grades up. With motivation and encouragement from his history teacher, Mrs. Stonsel, James has improved his grades and has a desire to get his classwork completed. He has also made a conscious effort to improve his behavior at Fort Meade Middle Senior. Jaywan Bush, Fort Meade Middle Senior, high school level. Jaywan struggled with his behavior, attitude, and academics in school. He had discipline issues, and his grades needed improvement. With motivation and encouragement from his grandma, Jaywan has made a change for the better. he has significantly lessened his discipline referrals, made better decisions, and improved his grades so that he can now play sports. He is on target for a 2019 graduation from Fort Meade Middle Senior.
Congratulations again to these amazing students. And Lamar Sanders from Compass Middle, if there was a Best Dressed Award, you would totally win it because that blue suit was awesome. Now, would the students with the green instruction cards please come to the stage? Since 1988, the Polk Education Foundation has served as the fiscal agent and manager of many educational programs for Polk County Public Schools. The foundation has raised and spent more than $43 million on public school programs that help students reach their educational goals. We are incredibly grateful for their support. At this time, please welcome Executive Director of the Polk Education Foundation, Susan Copeland.
Good morning. Determined, positive, committed, hardworking, successful. These are just a few of the words that I think of when I think of the students being recognized here this morning. Students, I hope you think of yourself in that same light, especially after this morning's recognitions. And to help you celebrate, the Polk Education Foundation is providing each of you with a $20 gift card. When you checked in this morning, you received an envelope with the Polk Education Foundation name on it, and I point that out because I don't want you to lose it or throw it away. But we hope with that $20 gift card, you'll be able to, it'll help you get something you want or that you need, but more importantly, when you spend that gift card, you remember that we are very, very proud of you. With that gift card comes a challenge, though. You need to keep up your hard work. Don't let your successes be in vain. Maintain your positive changes. Find someone you can lean on when needed. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's actually very, very smart. And one day be a positive role model for someone else. I don't know if you think of yourself as a positive role model, but you should. And you can take what you've learned and your experiences, and you can help someone else make an about-face change as well. And finally, I'd like to add that you're just the type of students we look for at the Polk Education Foundation during our scholarship season. We've heard dream big dreams. I hope you all have plans to go to college or some sort of post-secondary training. And when you do and you're looking for assistance, be best friends with your guidance counselor and also look to the Polk Education Foundation for opportunities that we can possibly help you with. So again, my congratulations from our staff and the Board of Directors at the Polk Education Foundation. So now we'd like to please welcome back to the stage Superintendent Byrd and Mr. Plott.
Nicholas Santana, Gauze Academy of Leadership, middle school level. At the beginning of the year, Nick had difficulty with completing his assignments and attending school. Thanks to support from his teacher, Mr. Stunkard, Nick now fully participates in class and completes his work each day. His grades have improved, his apathetic attitude has changed to a firm resolve to graduate, and he is on his way to his next steps at Gauze Academy of Leadership. Victoria Osteen, Gauze Academy of Leadership, high school level. Last year, Victoria struggled with math and lacked confidence in her ability to graduate. Thanks to encouragement from her math teacher, Ms. Loshman, Victoria is an active participant in class. She improved her attendance and receives tutoring for math. She is now on the A and B honor roll, and she has more confidence in her graduating from Gauze Academy of Leadership. Nicole Latessa, George Jenkins High. Nicole had issues with authority last year, and her grades suffered as a result. With the help of her guidance counselor, Ms. Figuerella, Nikki has done a complete 180 degrees in school. She has earned straight A's her first semester, and she did well on the FSA and ACT exams. With dreams of becoming a chef, Nikki has now become a standout student at the Academy of Culinary Arts at George Jenkins High. Evans Hilaire, Ainsley High School. Evan's grades and behavior were not the best that it could be as a lower classman. Thanks to encouragement from his teacher, Mr. Lee, Evans made a change in his life. He now has a positive attitude, improved grades, and even earned a football scholarship. Evans is a model student on campus at Haines City High. Nehemiah Charles, Haines City IB. Nehemiah struggled with his IB coursework, and he had difficulty keeping up with his studies. Nehemiah decided that he wouldn't let his IB courses get the best of him. With the help of his English teacher, Mr. Johnston, Nehemiah set priorities and focused on his studies. The hard work has paid off and his grades have improved. He is now looking forward to earning his diploma from Haines City IB. Nick Simon, Jewett Middle Academy. Nick transitioned to Jewett Middle Academy, and he started making many poor decisions that caused him to end up in the administrator's office. With encouragement from his parents and his friend Victor, Nick sought out to be the best that he can be in school. He has more self-control in school, is polite, and works hard every day. Nick now fully participates in the culture of Jewett Middle Academy. Demetria Jordan, Jewett School of the Arts. Demetria struggled with keeping her temper in check and would frequently argue rather than get along with peers and staff. Her teacher, Miss Corwith, became a soundboard for Demetria to talk about issues. Because of this, Demetria made a turnaround in her attitude. She only comes to the front office for positive reasons, and she is a joy to be around at Jewett School of the Arts. Desiree Garrard, Kathleen High. Desiree struggled with attendance and behavior last year and received many referrals and low grades because of it. Thanks to help from her teachers, Mr. McKenzie and Ms. Shaw, Desiree understands the importance of her studies and that there are better ways to handle situations. Her attendance and grades have improved, and she has made a complete turnaround at Kathleen High. Javian Sterling, Kathleen Middle. Javian's behavior his first 2 years were marked by inconsistent grades, disruptions, and regular attendance of school work details. With the help of Mr. Lay, the dean and basketball coach, Javian found purpose and drive on the basketball team. His grades have improved, and he has gained motivation to be a leader at Kathleen Middle. Sierra Flowers, Lake Alfred Polytech Academy. Sierra was having difficulty completing her classwork, as well as being off-task and disruptive within the classroom. Through the mentorship of Ms. Larry, a classroom paraeducator, Sierra takes her classwork seriously and works hard to keep her grades up. She is now on the A&B honor roll at Lake Alfred Polytech Academy. Morgan Gilbert, Lake Gibson High. At the beginning of this year, Morgan just didn't seem to be able to understand the importance of her education. With encouragement from her guidance counselor, Mrs. Anspaugh, Morgan was inspired to join the military and began to work to make that dream happen. She made up her lacking credits, has greatly increased her GPA, and is on her way to graduating from Lake Gibson High. Mateo Briner, Lake Gibson Middle. Mateo was struggling from a difficult move to the state of Florida, and he had several courses to make up in a short period of time. With the help from his teacher, Ms. Juriatic, Mateo has succeeded in making up his credits to be ready to go to high school. His work ethic and growth in recent months has brought nothing but positive comments from the teachers and staff of Lake Gibson Middle. Jamil Gonzalez, Lake Marion Creek Middle. Jamil had a history of defiance and disrespect, and he would not listen to authority. This year, Jamil was invited by Assistant Principal Echevarria to join the leadership program. He now works to better the school and himself. He helps monitor the halls during class change, keeps the cafeteria clean, and mediates situations at Lake Marion Creek Middle. Caitlin Smock, Lake Region High. Caitlin had a negative attitude towards school, and she frequently did not listen to authority figures. She fell behind in her credits, and her GPA also began to suffer. After joining the ROTC program, led by Sergeant Major Brady, Caitlin found herself excited about the challenge of the program and turned herself around. Her grades have improved, she's back on track to graduate, and has become a leader as a varsity cheerleader at Lake Region High. Harold Daniels, Lakeland High. At the start of his high school career, Harold was a student who chose to sleep through class and not do work. This caused his GPA to slip and become very low. Thanks to support from his counselor, Miss Marsh, and his teacher, Miss Schultz, Harold had the epiphany that he did want to graduate, and he focused on making improvements. He has retaken courses that he's failed, and he has raised his GPA to the graduation requirement and looks to go even higher at Lakeland High. Sean Munoz, Lakeland Highlands Middle. When Sean was in 6th grade, he focused more on the social aspects of school rather than academics. Now, with guidance from his mother and Assistant Principal Gardner, Sean has made significant improvements to his attitude and behavior. He has a goal of attending Central Florida Aerospace Academy to become a commercial pilot and is raising his GPA at Lakeland Highlands Middle. Jabez McNair, Lawton Childs Middle Academy. Jabez was impulsive both in and out of the classroom, and he did not want to be held responsible for his actions. With the help of his teacher, Ms. Davis, Jabez made a complete turnaround. He is in control of his actions and respectful to those around him. He is enthusiastic about his studies and exhibits a positive outlook. His benevolent behavior makes him a joy at Lawton Childs Middle Academy. Megan Teskey, McKeel Academy of Technology. Megan struggled to separate the dramas of life from her academic responsibilities, and she experienced poor grades as a result. With tutoring and encouragement from her teacher, Miss Howard, Megan is now driven to be successful. She gets her work done, passes her tests, and is raising her grade one day at a time. She has short-term and long-term goals and now serves as a leader to other students at McKeel Academy of Technology.
Congratulations one more time to these incredible students. At this time, would the students with the red instruction cards please make their way to the stage? We also had one late arrival. We want to make sure she gets her moment of well-deserved recognition. Dontavia Dixon of Blake Academy, if you'd come to the stage as well. Thank you. At this time, students, as they make their way to the stage, we're going to welcome Dejana White back from the Harrison World Choir. She will be performing How High the Moon. After Dejana's performance, we'll welcome back Superintendent Byrd and Mr. Plott to recognize our last group of students.
There is no Though the words may be wrong to this song, we're asking a high, 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 high as the moon. Thank you.
Richard Falk, McLaughlin Middle. When Richard was in 6th and 7th grade, he struggled with making decisions that were in his best interest. He also had difficulty in directing his behavior in a positive direction. His mother encouraged him to do what's right, and he came back in 8th grade as a different person. Richard is more mature, in control, and making good decisions. He is looking forward to being successful in high school and is a positive leader at McLaughlin Middle. O'Keevian Fluker, Mulberry High. O'Keevian had moved several times in the past few years, and Mulberry High marks the 6th high school he was attending. Once his records were sorted out, he was far behind on his credits. With the help from his guidance counselor, Miss Edgecombe, O'Keevian not only made up his missing credits and passed the FSA, but he also made it to the honor roll. O'Keevian is beating the odds and looks forward to his graduation from Mulberry High. Terrell Pinckney, Mulberry Middle. Terrell had a reputation for being the class clown. He would talk too much, not listen to teachers, and his grades were below average. With encouragement from his assistant principal, Mr. Lassiter, Terrell has improved his grades and reached A and B honor roll. His behavior has also improved, and he has no discipline referrals. Terrell is involved in his community and shining a positive light on the Mulberry Middle. Deasia Nombre, Polk State Lakeland Gateway to College. Deasia wasn't working to her full potential when she started the year, and she was missing a lot of school. Through the encouragement of her assistant principal, Dr. Downing, Deasia has turned her life around. She is attending school daily, has passing scores on the ACT, FSA, and even the PERT exam. She is now taking all college-level courses, and she has become a leader, encouraging her peers to do their best at Polk State Lakeland Gateway to College.
Alondria Hayward, Ridge Community High. Alondria did not start high school on a good foot, frequently being involved in physical altercations and not following school policies. With encouragement from her mother, Alondria has made a total turnaround. She avoids drama and has made her discipline and classroom performance a top priority. She is now looking to attend Bethune-Cookman University after her graduation from Ridge Community High.
Sophia Oropeza, Ridge Technical College. Sophia had difficulty fitting in, and her language barrier was a challenge. Through the aid of her instructor, Ms. Depew, Sophia has made huge strides. She has chosen to follow the Teaching Assisting Vocation program and has overcome her language barrier to make many great friends at Ridge Technical College. Cheyenne Lands, Rochelle School of the Arts. In 6th and 7th grade, Cheyenne had a poor attitude. She was often rude and disrespectful to the adults around her. After encouragement from her assistant principal, Mr. Brackman, Cheyenne was a different student in the 8th grade. Her attitude and behavior have changed, and she has no discipline referrals. She has grown into a leader on campus and is a joy at Rochelle School of the Arts. Dathan Richardson, Roosevelt Academy. Dathan had negative past experiences with schools, and his attitude reflected with frustration and frequent outbursts. His school resource officer, Officer Palmer, provided support and a safety net when interacting with others, and Dathan slowly came out of his shell. He is respectful, likes working with others, and participates in class discussions. He has even earned the honored Eagle status for positive behavior at Roosevelt Academy. Mike Escobar, Sleepy Hill Middle. Mike was not maintaining passing grades in his classes and would often have aggressive behavior towards other students. Thanks to mentorship from his guidance counselor, Ms. Mathieu, Mike has taken an active role in monitoring his behavior. He has maintained passing grades and increased his positive interactions with students and staff. He has also become active in school fundraisers and other activities at Sleepy Hill Middle. Fabian Bellotto, Southwest Middle. Fabian had a great deal of outside struggles that were impacting his classwork and behavior. His teacher, Ms. Cook, helped Fabian realize his potential and overcome his obstacles, drastically transforming his demeanor, outlook, and academic effort. School staff members are proud of Fabian's growth, and there is excitement for his future beyond Southwest Middle. Daniel Johnson Jr., Stambaugh Middle. Daniel started out as an extremely angry student due to circumstances outside of school. He didn't care about his grades or attendance. With encouragement from his teacher, Ms. Taylor, he was able to believe in himself and changed his outlook and his performance. He now has a 4.0 GPA and is a member of JROTC. He is confident, persistent, and determined to be the best that he can be at Stambaugh Middle. Ronnie Mosley, Summerlin Academy. Ronnie started 9th grade with no confidence in herself and really didn't try in class. Her cousin, Michael, encouraged and motivated Ronnie to be the best that she can in the classroom. Now she is confident in herself and puts 100% of her effort into all that she does. She sets goals for herself and she takes the necessary steps to see them through at Summerlin Academy. Bianca Contreras, Tinnerock High. Bianca was not proactive about her grades, and she felt that college wasn't an option for her and not worth the effort. With the help of her graduation coach, Mrs. Dixon, Bianca's outlook changed and she improved her GPA drastically. She has met all the testing requirements and possesses a positive attitude towards school. She is now looking to attend Polk State College after her graduation from Tinnerock High. Wendy Undablo, Travis Technical College. Wendy did not have a steady home environment, and her attendance and grades in the health program suffered. With encouragement from her counselor, Ms. Salyers, Wendy has greatly improved her attendance and is now on the honor roll. Wendy will be graduating this year and plans to enter the surgical technician program at Travis Technical College. Jory Donald, Union Academy. Through 6th and 7th grade, Joy was a follower rather than a leader. She lacked self-esteem and confidence. Beginning this year, with the help of her mother and staff, Jory has developed confidence in herself as well as positive social skills. She now encourages her classmates to do the same, becoming a leader respected by peers, teachers, and administration at Union Academy. Caitlin Bailey, West Area Adult School. Caitlin had a rough past that caused her to act tough and to get into trouble often. Her father encouraged her to be better, and now Caitlin has a much more positive attitude. She seeks to help other troubled students overcome their barriers, whether it be emotional or academic. She excels in her class and looks forward to earning her GED from West Area Adult School. Destiny Rodriguez, Westwood Middle. Destiny could never seem to get away from drama on campus, and it affected her grades that, while passing, were not the best that she can do. With the help from her dean, Ms. Blakeney, Destiny realized that she was holding herself back and needed to make a change. She stopped hanging out with bad influences in her life and started focusing on her grades. She now has a bright future ahead of her at Westwood Middle. Aaliyah Almost Sayers, Winter Haven High. Aaliyah would often get into fights on campus and would need to be sent to an alternative school. This year, with guidance from her dean, Mr. Hughes, Aaliyah has not been involved in any altercations or received any discipline referrals. She is much more respectful of others and is making better decisions at Winter Haven High. Dontavia Dixon, Blake Academy. Dontavia started her 8th grade year with many behavioral problems, ranging from causing disruptions to making poor choices in her studies. She would often take offense to advice and felt that she wasn't smart. With inspiration and encouragement from her mother, Dontavia no longer feels this way and is turning around her outlook. She completes and turns in her work, helps teachers and students whenever she can, and is no longer a follower, but a leader at Blake Academy.
Let's give all of our students a big round of applause as we're so proud. You know, as I travel across the county interacting with students, it gives me great joy to see that they're making and turning their lives around and making that about face. They have transformed their lives and making sure that their talents are shown, and by you being here today allows them to know that they do have people standing with them and standing behind them. I would like for all of our students, because you deserve to stand among all of us. Let's all let our students stand and let's let them know how proud we really are of them. Thank you, because it truly takes a lot for them not only just to walk across the stage today, but it took a lot to get them to this point. So they deserve the recognition that they really have earned to get to this point. Students, while it takes the incredible strength for you to get here, keep your eye on the prize. Do not let this one occasion today say this is it. This is not it. This is a beginning for each of you. You are our best hope for tomorrow. You're the best hope for the community. And you're what's going to create the place that we live, we work, and we play. So students, remember, as you can see, you didn't get here alone. As you heard earlier this morning, it takes people to stand with you, beside you, throughout your life. Not just to this point, but even as adults, you're going to still need people with you to encourage you, to help you get through those barriers. You're going to need people to also speak to you and have someone in your ear as you come across some things that you think are not right, but you need someone to talk through those issues with. So keep those people very close to you. Choose them very carefully, because they will be the guide to get you through life. To have you to not only one day walk across the stage and receive a medal, but stand on a stage and to present a medal. You can be the superintendent. You can be the president of Polk State College. You can be a school board member. You can be anything you want. Dream big, because guess what? It's out there for you to take. I say to each of you today, on behalf of the school district, I do want to thank Nick for, again, joining me on the stage and recognizing our wonderful students. Let's give Nick a big round for all that they do at TECO. This moment is so special to them that they never turn us down. They look forward to it each and every year as we recognize our students. We also like to thank the support of Dr. Falconetti, Polk State College, and Polk Education Foundation for all of your support. So let's give them a round of applause as well. You know, students, a lot of times you think we as adults, we blow a lot of smoke, we tell you stuff, and you're like, yeah, get out of my ear. I can tell you that as an adult, my parents, my grandparents did the same thing to me. I did the same thing you did. Yeah, get out of my ear. But as you can see, and as you heard this morning from Dr. Falconetti, it is true. We struggled as adults as well. Many of us sitting among you today had struggles in our lives, and we changed, and we turned them around, and we continue to move forward. I don't want you to let that go. I want you to remember that, because it's very important. Because a lot of times you get recognized and you think it's just for the moment. It's not for the moment. It is for the future. So always remember, as we are telling you things, we're only telling you because we've already walked the path that you're walking. And someone walked it before us, which we didn't believe, but now as adults we can stand before you to help pave that path a little bit smoother for you, to help move some of the boulders out of your way. We can give you our life experiences and hope that you don't have to hit those boulders and those bumps. But here's my challenge to you. As you move forward in your career, and I know that each and every one of you are going to be successful, we heard the dreams that you have. I know you will achieve them. Here's my challenge to you. Always reach back and pull someone else along. That's how we become a great society. We don't go forward and think we got there by ourselves and we keep moving forward. We reach back and help someone to come along with us. That is my challenge to you today. I am very proud of each of you. I don't want you to let your medallions gather dust. I want you to wear them proudly. You earned them. As you come across the stage at graduations, wear them proudly because you've earned them. As you go to school and each of your students and colleagues and friends and peers ask you, what is that about? Tell your story. Your story can be the light for someone else. Tell your story of why you're wearing that medal and you're proud to wear it. This morning was worth waking up for. It was worth waking up for. You hear all the negative things that go on. This is worth waking up for, to celebrate our children and our students. I want to thank our parents. I want to thank any of the mentors we have here, the teachers, the staff. You are the support force behind them. Continue to support them and support others along the way. Thanks to everyone in attendance for this morning. We celebrate our students for their dedication. I wish safe travels for each of you. Have a wonderful day. You deserve it. Thank you so much.